Alright, grade 12s, we are going to do page number 99, and this time we're only looking at the cam displacement diagram, and there are three different functions now that's implemented into the diagram. If you look at the diagram here on your screen, you will see that there is uniform, which is a straight line, and then there is basic idling of the motion where it's not going up or down, and then you will see there's a slight little curve there, very slight, which is called simple harmonic, and there's a construction that goes with it. And then once it's at the top there, it drops down significantly to the starting point again with a good curve there, which is called the retardation and acceleration. Acceleration and retardation. That curve there is the acceleration, and this is the retardation, and there's another construction that goes with it. Okay, so those are the things that we will be looking at, and we're only going to draw this. So let's go to the instruction page. You will find there that it says there that the follower rises the motion of 20, and then there will be a dwell period, which I spoke about, and we're talking specifically about that it rises 20, it dwells, no movement, which is idling. And then if we go back, which the instruction bullet 3 says the follower rises with simple harmonic motion for 50 over the next 60. So that is where it goes up till there. So 20 and that 50 gives us an entire height of 70. And when it's there, we go back to the instruction, and then it says here that the follower descends with uniform acceleration and retardation to its original position, which is going to be that curve there. Okay, so I want to draw that with you today, but most importantly we need to start. It says here that you must draw a horizontal scale of 130 equals to 360 of the displacement diagram, and upwards it is 1:1 the scale. And then you must label and indicate the scale as well at the bottom of your cam displacement diagram. So I'm going to work on here now so that you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line right here, right, and on that line I'm going to have a slot of 130, because that is what it asks me to do, 130, which is there. Okay. So there are two methods of doing it. You can say that, you know, the scale here is, and I'm writing it down here, that for 30 or 360 degrees there is going to be 130 millimeters. So you can define that into more little 12 slots, where you say 360 divided by 12 on your calculator, and that is basically going to do the math calculation on my PC, which I am going to do. So 360 divided by 12 spacing equals, sorry, let me just go back there, 130 divided by 12, and that's going to give me 10.8. So I should be marking 10.8 perfectly in there. So that's 10.8 is like very close to 11. So in between 11 and 10 millimeters slots, you're going to have 12 times there. So I'm marking slots of 10.8. It's in between 10 and 11, gradually apart, like that there. As you can see, I am trying to be very precise in my dimensioning. 10.8, and I can fit in another 2 over there, which is there. So if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 spaces. There I have it. Then I'm going to project all my lines up like that. Right. Projecting it up. Perfectly up. And I know for a fact that my height is going to be 70 because it rises 20 and a further 50 on top, so I need to measure off 70. So that's 70 that I keep there, and at 0 that's going to be my point there. So okay, there's my 70. And then of course, let me just make sure that it's nice and clear. Perfect. So what I should be doing is that I should be saying 0, 30, 60, and you carry on till 360. That is probably going to be 180 here, and then here is going to be 90, and that's going to be 270, and so you carry on, and then you can print the scale for me in here and just state what it is, cam displacement diagram. So that is where we are at the moment. So if you go back to the instructions here, the instruction says for the first part of the bullet that it rises by 20, and that would be over the length of 60. So 60 would be 30 and a 30 on this line here, and then you're going to measure 20 up like that there. Now I will produce the slides to you, and then you're going to darken that from there to there. Right? It rises for the first 60, 20 up. So that line you can draw in there. And then it says further, bullet 2, there will be a dwell period for 30. So dwell doesn't mean it goes up or down. It stays in the line for a 30. So you're going to darken that dwell period over there. And now the interesting part comes, because now it is laying in between that section there, and I'm just drawing a faint line here, because it rises another 50. That is 50 from here, and it says there in my bulleted point, it rises, the follower rises with simple harmonic motion for 50 over the next 90. So first you got to get, you are here now, that's where you are. So 30 plus 30, 60 plus that is 90. So it's going to land up here. Right? When it's done at the top, it's going to land up there. 30, 60, 90. So from here it's going to jump, but it is going to jump by a simple harmonic. And simple harmonic is where you have to take this space here, divide it into half. So that is 50. So I'm going to get half of 50, which is perfectly in the middle, which is 25, and there's my 25, and I mark it on here. Then I'm going to draw a semicircle from here, and I'm going to make sure that my compass is nicely firm in here, and then I'm going to draw a circle, semicircle, from here till there, like that. Here's my semicircle. And I just want to move this slightly over so that you can see my semicircle. Perfect. Here's my semicircle. I'm going to draw a line till there where my 90 is going to be. And then I'm going to divide my circle into the different 6 components using my 30 there and my 60 down there. And I'm going to turn that to create a 30 there. 60 there and a 30 there. So now I've got these points here on my circumference of my circle. I'll take that away, and I'm going to bring all my points across like that till there of my line where it's going to be affected. That's still there, and then I'm going to have this line as well. So I've got all these lines. So now I can easily plot my points. So I'm here now, and I need to plot my points till there. But you will find that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections here. And I only have 1, 2, 3 here. So what I need to do, I need to match it up. So I'm going to take each one of these blocks and divide it into half. So your half is probably going to be here, where it is 5.4, which is perfectly in half. So you can just ensure that it's halfway. And then you're going to draw half lines there to divide those blocks into half as well. So what you've got matching horizontal lines with matching vertical lines. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 now, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces now. So now it's easy. So you jump from here to the next point, you climb the ladder there, and then you climb again another one, and then you climb again another one, and you climb again another one, and another one. So now you've got that there, and then all you do is you connect it via a freehand line like that. So, right, there we have it. I just want to make sure it's clear again for you. There, perfect. So it jumps, you plot here, and you plot, so you jump to the next line and up. So next line and up, 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 until you get to the top point there. Now the next bullet says there that the follower then descends, drops down to with uniform acceleration and retardation to the starting point, which is here. So it's going to jump from there to there. I can already see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. So I need to create 6 blocks that will run across here like this from this side. But I'm not going to use this method because that's only for simple harmonic. Then the other method for acceleration and retardation will be the following. I'm going to take my straight edge, and I want you to listen very carefully, and I'm going to connect the start to that point there. So there I draw a line, right? And I will find that that is my midpoint of my line, right there. So I have 1, 2, 3 on this side and 1, 2, 3 spaces on that side. So if I want to divide it vertically, I'm going to have 3 of the same spaces here and 3 of the same spaces to make the 6 match with the 6 here. So I know for a fact that this is 70 from there to there. So if I go to my calculator and I punch in 70 divided by 6 spaces, that's going to give me 11.6. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mark from here 11.6 is perfectly between 11 and 12. 1, right? 11.6. And then I'm going to move to the next one. 11.6 is perfectly between. So that's all I need there. And I'm going to mark it on the main line. You see there, I'm marking it on the main line, or should I say on the middle line. And then I'm going to go and do 2 11.6s here, which is 1 there. Another 11, it is between 11 and 12, 11.6 there. So there I'm clearly marking my 1, 2, 3 points and 1, 2, 3 points. Then from here I'm going to draw a line to my first point there. Look there what I do, and I'm going to draw a line from there to my second point there. And then I'm going to jump to this side where I'm going to draw a line to that point over there, and I'm going to draw a line to that point over there. Right. I want to repeat, you divide this into 3, 11.6, because that's divided by 6, gives you 11, sorry, I just want to write here on the 70 divided by 6 spaces equals, and that's going to give you 11.6, which is halfway between 11 and 12. So you measure those 3 here and 3 on top there. That's your midpoint already. And then you draw lines from that point till there, that point till there, that point till there, that point till there. It's important to create 6 on 6 and not 3 on 3. If you have 3 on 3, you need to divide this into halves to make it 6 on 6. And then all you have to do, from here, you go to your first line where it crosses with this line now. You mark your point clearly. You go to the next one where it meets up with the second line, right? So you go to the first line and it meets up with this line, you mark it. You go to the second line and it meets up with the second line. Let's go here and repeat the process from the bottom. You go to your first bottom line and it meets up there with the first line, and you go to the second line and it meets up there. This point is there already. And then all you do is you draw a line that touches basically that plotted points here. Right? And then you just go over it, a nice cool curve that you see. And that is retardation will be here, or an acceleration will be there. And that concludes your drawing of the cam with the three functions that we just discussed. And I will send the slides again, like I always do, and you will see that the slides basically has the same explanation. Thank you.